Once upon a time in a world made of paints, there lived a rainbow, bristled paintbrush named Giggle. Giggle loved nothing more than making art and spending time with his best friends. A playful helper brush named Brush, and a cheerful paint palette named Palette. One sunny morning Giggle, Brush, and Palette decided to go out to play. They left Giggle's house and headed to the colorful playground in the center of town. The playground was filled with all sorts of fun things to do. There were slides and swings and a big red ball that just begged to be painted. As they played, Giggle noticed a train chugging along the tracks nearby. "All aboard," called the train conductor, waving his green flag. "We're taking a ride to the letter A, then B, C, hooray," shouted Giggle. "Let's go." So Giggle, Brush, and Palette climbed aboard the ABC train for an exciting adventure. They traveled past houses with flowers and trees until they reached a big red barn with a yellow roof. "Look," said Giggle. "The letter A stands for animal friends like this playful pig who likes to roll in the mud, and this silly sheep who likes to jump over the fence." Next, they went to a big green field with white clouds floating overhead. "The letter B stands for bounce, 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 like this little bluebird hopping on the ground, or this fluffy bunny rabbit skipping." Through the trees, after passing by a big blue lake, they stopped at a tall white lighthouse. "Wow," said Palette. "The letter C stands for colorful rainbows, playful parrots, and friendly cats." And with that, the ABC train pulled back into town. "Thanks for the ride," said Brush. "That was so much fun." Then they all waved goodbye to the train conductor and headed back to the playground. Giggle, Brush, and Palette continued playing until it was time for a snack. They sat down on a bright yellow bench under a big green tree. Suddenly, a big blue balloon floated past them, followed by a small red balloon. "1, 2, counted Giggle. Then a big yellow balloon floated overhead. 3, 4, 5, sang Palette. Suddenly, a big purple balloon sailed over the playground. 6, 7, 8, shouted Brush. Then a small green balloon floated past them. 9, 10, yelled Giggle. As they watched happily, even more balloons floated overhead. After their snack, Giggle, Brush, and Palette went to the park to see what they could find. "Look," said Palette. "This slide is shaped like a circle. A circle is a shape with no sides or corners." Giggle and Brush slid down the slide and laughed. "I see a square," said Brush. "A square is a shape with 4 equal sides and 4 right corners." Giggle and Palette built a tower out of square blocks. "I see a triangle," said Giggle. "A triangle is a shape with 3 equal sides and 3 corners." Then Brush, Palette, and Giggle walked around the park looking for more shapes. They saw a rectangle, a trapezoid, a hexagon, and finally a star. "Wow," said Palette. "There are so many amazing shapes in the world." And with that, they headed home. When they arrived at Giggle's house, they decided to make some art. "Let's paint a picture," said Giggle. "'Kay," said Palette, handing him a paintbrush. "What color should we paint first?" "Yellow," said Giggle. So he dipped his brush into the yellow paint and swished it across the paper. "Yellow is the color of the sun," he sang. "It's the color of happiness and cheer." Next, he picked up the blue paint and swished it across the paper. "Blue is the color of the sky and the ocean," he sang. "It's the color of calmness and peace." Then he grabbed the red paint and swished it across the paper. "Red is the color of love and courage," he sang. "It's the color of strength and power." Finally, he picked up the green paint and swished it across the paper. "Green is the color of nature and growth," he sang. "It's the color of life and hope." When they were done, they stepped back to look at their painting. "Wow," said Brush. "Our painting is finished." Then Giggle, Brush, and Palette headed to the zoo. They wanted to visit all of their favorite animal friends. First, they went to see the playful otter. "Hello, Otter," said Giggle. The otter waved his flippers and splashed in his pool. Then they went to see the majestic lion. "Roar," said the lion. He likes to take big naps in the sun. Next, they visited the busy bee. Buzz, buzz, said the bee. She likes to collect pollen from the flowers. Then they went to see the gentle giraffe. Hello, said Pallet. The giraffe waved her tail and ate some leaves from the tree. Finally, they stopped by the elephant's enclosure. How are you, elephant? Asked Brush. The elephant sprayed water from his trunk and splashed in his pool. We had so much fun at the zoo, said Giggle. Me too, said Brush. Let's go home now. When they got home, Giggle, Brush, and Pallet decided to have a dance party. They turned on some music and danced and twirled around the room. This song is so catchy, said Pallet. Let's sing along. So they all joined in and sang. We love to dance. We love to sing. We love to laugh and play all day long. We love to dream. We love to wish. We love to make a joyful noise. We love to dance. We love to sing. We love to laugh and play all day long. As they danced, Giggle couldn't help but notice how happy he was. He loved spending time with his best friends, making art and having fun. Life in the land of paints was always an adventure. And with that, the video ends.